Morning. Oh gosh, I'm just thinking, where's my phone? I can't even check. Ah, there it is. I can't even check that this is going through okay. Morning. I hope you're still alright. Or I should say afternoon. Oh, we're almost afternoon. Right, I better check that this is okay before I carry on waffling. Oh, yeah, here we are. Yes, we're going. Right, morning all. Hopefully you can understand me okay. I am still bunged up with a head cold. Came down with this cold and sickness bug New Year's Day. So New Year hasn't been a very good start for me. Laid up in bed all last week, feeling very, very poorly and sorry for myself. And then I've started to feel better since the weekend. So taking one step at a time. So Happy New Year to you. I hope you're all feeling well. As I said, it's just all in my head and nose at the moment, so I'm sounding very nasally, so I hope you can hear me okay. I'm nice and warm here in one of my Christmas presents. I've got my lovely big fleecy Harry Potter outfit, so I'm nice and snug in here today. Mind, it is sunny. I don't think I've lived in this since Christmas probably, and New Year. But yes, hope you're all feeling okay and looking forward and all geared up, ready for 2023. And I know I'm not. Between Christmas and New Year is normally my time for planning, for sorting things out, putting things in place, reviewing the previous year, putting in place what I'd like for 2023. And as I said, with Christmas I was doing some tasks, not really tasks, but stuff that had been on my list for a long time. So like catching up with old magazines that I hadn't read. 2 years of magazines that I was on subscription for, I'd stopped, I hasten to add, that I haven't read them. So I was going through those, catching up with those. I've got loads of FHT magazines to check on, and hopefully that'll be okay. Oh God, check your internet connection. This is why I wasn't on yesterday for Tune In Tuesday with Ali, because my internet was very, very infrequent and very blotchy. So I'm hoping it'll stick with me today and I'll get this done. If not, I'm going to have to jump on my phone again. But yes, what was I saying? It's normally, as I said, I've got magazines to go through, and I've still got FHT magazines to go through, and Holistic magazine and Holistic Therapist magazine and stuff to still catch up on. But I was doing those sorts of jobs that had been on my list for, oh God, months, years. I finally got them done between Christmas and New Year, because I'd taken last week, I'd booked it in my diary to have last week as my planning session, as my reviewing session, and the day off up in Leonardsley, and all these things I had planned for and I was looking forward to, and zilch. I was just ill in bed this week, which gave me a bit of angst. I have to admit, I know nothing I could do about it. I know that I was ill and I needed to rest, and I'd done everything that I knew I was supposed to do. Stayed in bed, kept warmed, drank plenty, etc., etc. So I wasn't beating myself up or feeling guilty for not doing it, but I was feeling angst that I hadn't got it done. And I'd seen a lovely post from the Chalicewell Gardens the other day, which put me at ease. And it sounds strange, but sometimes a message comes up for you and it just resonates, it just feels right. And it was a message from Chalicewell saying about what they've got a meditation session for February the 2nd for Imbolc. And the Imbolc ceremony is all about releasing new ideas, all about releasing dreams, all about starting and doing these things. And it just resonated with me that it gives me permission through January to now put these ideas and dreams in place, to write out my goals, to create my vision board. I'm not late in getting it done, because I normally got it done, before I go back to work. I'm not late in getting it done, that it's the right time for me to spend through January doing this, ready for February the 2nd, when I can then release it all out. So that's making me feel much happier. How are you? Do you plan everything? You, like me, are planning and get everything done, or you use in January to use that time to plan and get things in place? Excuse me. I like to review the business from the previous year to see what worked, what didn't, and I know we've talked about that already in December, and when I've done that for my planning day, my workshop that I run from home. So the reviewing's been done. It's now looking forward to what I want to do for this year. And one of those things is I sort of have the ideas. I know what I want to do. But then I create that into a vision board. I managed to get that done on the weekend. Here's my vision board. You may have seen the image already that I shared on the social media, and I've shared into the group over the weekend. And I managed to get my board done. Now, your board means whatever to you. You may look at my board and see things differently to what I see it. It resonates with you. I don't deliberately go and pick up messages and go and pick up images and go, right, I want that image and I want that image and whatever. I have some idea of what I want for next year and what that image represents to me, and then when I'm looking through the magazines, I'm able to choose the ones that resonate with how I'm feeling, what I'm wanting. So I see a woman there, and on my image, my woman there is wheeling a little hand-on luggage suitcase. Now, to some, that might feel to you that that's holidays, that's travelling abroad. To me, that's adventures. That's my little case of goodies that I go around with all my notepads and my pens and my bits and pieces. And that's my adventures. That's my business retreats. That's my trips to Glastonbury. That's all my things that I want to do, that I love to do. So that's what it means to me. Challenge accepted that I go on there is I want to try new things. I had one of those big dry coats for Christmas because I started what I call river dipping. Last year in Dartmoor. There's no way I'm going to get in the sea in the winter like some of you brave ones do. No way I'm going to get in the sea, come out. But for me, it's river dipping, it's the river swimming, it's the swimming in the quarry lakes, things like that. That's what I want to have a go. That's my challenge. So that's challenge accepted. I want to try different things this year. I've got a woman sitting there that resonates two things to me, which is yoga and meditation, to do more of, journaling, to get back into, because I let that go last year. So I dropped off from that busy, one thing and another, which is ridiculous, but I've got to get back into that. There's quotes and sayings that I love that again resonate with me. And also my words for the year. Do you have a word for the year? I've had them in the past: brave, organised. What else did I have? Last year was resilient. I've also had adapt, change, different things I've had for years. I've had words of the year. This year it's come up for me is destiny and then manifest. So again, different meanings can mean different things to different people. So they're my two words. But the first time ever I've had a crystal come up for me. Now, it's not things that I choose, and again, I hasten to add, it might be a word of the year that you choose yourself, and that's fine. If it's feeling that's something that you need to do, you choose that word of the year. That's not a problem. Other people have the word choose them, and that's what happens to me. It's like I get slapped in the face with it. I keep seeing the word, and it's like, okay, I'm listening. I know I need that word for next year. But also, for the first time ever, I've had a crystal come up that's come to me and say that I've got to work with it next year. So I've got to get myself a nice labradorite crystal to work with that. I need to find out more about what labradorite is, why I've got to work with it. But I'm just going with it. It says on my vision board, it's to manifest, my word of the year, your full potential and can inspire you to reach for the stars and the moon in your quests. Again, that's destiny to me. So that's the things I've got to work with for this year. So I love creating that vision board. From that board, I then take to, as I said, I've done planners, I've done reviews, I've done different things like that I look at, you know, what money I want to earn, what's my expenses, how many clients, what work do I want to create, what's the ideas. I've gone through all those planner books, but then what I sit down is I sit down with some certain questions that I want to answer, that helps me break it down even more. So for like one of my questions, well, I'm going to go through the questions with you now, is what do you want to achieve? It's just a simple question. What do you want to achieve? So again, I'll just brain dump everything that I want to achieve to 2023. What do you want with personal life? So how do I want to feel? What do I want to do with self-care, etc.? I've got a couple of prompts there just to remind me what I want to write about in that. What's the most important things you want to make happen in your business and life this year? So what becomes, so out of those 2 pages that I've written out, what's the priorities from that I want to do? Revenue goals and generating funnels. So obviously there's a certain revenue I want to earn, but how am I going to get that? What do I need to do to get that? Clients, mentoring, academy members, courses, sales, etc. I put all that in place and have those generating funnels. Hi John, lovely to see you on here. And then I've got content creation. So are there any courses I want to create this year for my training, for the academy? What do I need? What would I like to put in place? There's some that I've had on my list for ages and I still haven't created. So again, I look at that and I fill that in, write that down. And again, it's this book I can go back to a couple of times through the year, or if I'm thinking, what can I create now? And I can't think, I can go back and go, oh yes, it's that, I want to do that. So I find my ideas. Business goals, life goals, and rewards. I'm always looking at, I always think rewards, kept to the end of the year. If you don't have to achieve it all, but if you've achieved some of that, if you found that your year has been good, if you're happy with what you've done, if everything that, not everything that you've asked for, but if everything, that you've put your best effort in, that you've done what you can do, there's a reward at the end of it. My reward for this year is an Apple Watch. I still haven't got it yet, but it's there, because obviously they don't do them in sales. They don't do them in the January sales, and that's what I was hoping for. So I've just got to monitor that, but that's what I'm going to get for last year. I've worked hard. I've had some fantastic results. So yeah, my reward for that is the Apple Watch. Bit on the expensive side, but why not? I've worked for it. So that's the thing. So again, sometimes it's putting that reward there, that it doesn't have to be anything like that. It can be something like, you want a week off on a holiday somewhere, or you want to be able to take yourself off for an afternoon tea. Whatever it is, whatever that reward is, have that goal. So different things I'm putting in place for me this year is to also do monthly vision boards. Try streaming with Tajet and include thought. Yeah, I know. I think I might have to steam now. I wasn't before because it wasn't so bad. But yes, I think since yesterday it's gone really nasally. So I will do some steaming because my throat's all right. But it's just, yes, sinuses aren't painful, but my nose is. So yeah, I probably will get some steaming done. So yes, what I'm going to do this year as well is I'm going to do a vision board every month. And that's not necessarily business related, but it might be, the start of every month, what I want to see each month. So whether it's going to be that trip to Glastonbury, whether it's going to be some sort of, it sounds odd. At the moment, I love looking at Instagram with, what can I call it? Style design, what to wear to the office, what to wear to the gym. These images of what clothes to wear and whatever. I'm trying to think of it. A bit like Trini and Susanna, that, and it's just like a set of clothes to make a complete outfit. I've got a thing for them at the moment. So it's like almost I'm gonna create that as a vision board of, maybe what what spring's going to look like, or autumn, or what's going to be my, you know, clothing for that month, things like that, trips I want to do for in that month, any training or anything specific that I want to do. I'm going to break it down as well now into monthly vision boards, which I can put in my journal section of my ATA journal and planner. That's still there, available if you want to purchase that. That comes along in it all comes in PDF, but you've got PDF to print off, PDF that you can use on your PC, or PDF that you want to use on your device, so such as iOS, Apple with GoodNotes, or Android with Penly app that you can use. So the ATA Journal and Planner, if you're looking for something to work out your social media, or, you know, plan out for your month of what you want to work on your business, the ATA Journal and Planner is still there, available in the shop for you to purchase if you want. So that's really my year, and I'm interested to find out, you know, what you're feeling, how you are for the start of this year. Do you do a vision board? Do you plan things out? Do you have a word of the year? And if you do, what is it? Do you find that you get messages, you get prompts to work with, a crystal? I've done my oracle card readings for the year as well, so I've got a monthly card. I've got to share that yet, the full image of the cards, but I've done that as well. I will do my own daily reading with a card, but I've got the monthly one that I've done the deck, and I've done the I can't think of the word, brain's gone, brain fog, that I follow again at the start of every year. So I'm just interested to find out, what do you do? Because this all works towards the manifesting, all works towards the law of attraction. It all works towards putting, out to the universe. You don't just create a vision board and then expect the universe to provide. You do have to show willing. You do have to show that you're aware. I've put on vision board quite a few years now of going to the Harry Potter studios. I still haven't gone because I've done nothing about it. I haven't looked up coach trips. I haven't looked at visiting, or how much, or who to go with, or how to get there. And that's not going to happen unless I do something about it. So it's a bit of, quid pro quo. You've got to show the universe. You've got to be willing to put some of the work in to get to what you want to achieve. You can't expect the universe to provide it for you, because it won't happen. So yeah, a lot of writing down, a lot of brainstorming. I know you've got that coming up, Jan. You've got lots of I know you've got lots of things that you've got to write out and work out, because sometimes, again, you may have an idea that you want to do something, but you have blocks in the way that stops you from achieving it. And I tend to find that means that the time's not right, because that solution will arrive. One of my blocks was I've still got 2 modules to do on my herbal course, and there's something that's been blocking me from doing them, and I've been putting it as time and energy, etc., for not getting them done. And then suddenly over Christmas, good old Instagram, I've suddenly got this idea, and it's like, oh my God, that will solve that problem. And there was a problem about my products and about labels and stuff, and I know I could get done at the printers, and I know I've been doing it so far, printing it off on my own printer and then cutting them out and sticking them onto my products, but I wanted it done better than that, but without going to printers. Anyway, the solution arrived. The solution was there. The problems arrived, I've sorted that out. The product I needed arrived 24 hours later. That's my major hurdle. It's now suddenly, right, let's get the herbal qualification done, and I can now get those products out. And it wasn't the problem of doing the course, it was that products problem that was stopping me. The solutions arrived, and it's there now. It's opened up that I can get it done. So sometimes you've got a problem there for a reason, and once that solution arrives, it opens up for you then. That gateway's open, that doorway's open for you to go through and get to that end destination. So certainly by writing things out, brain dumping it, getting it out there, what you want to achieve, what you want to do, can make all the difference. And it just opens it up a better way for you. Okay, the Gregorian calendar is not aligned with the energies. It's okay not to follow it for things like New Year. Why do we do renewal in the middle of the winter? That's a time of decay, rest, hibernation. Yes, but I like to do, I can understand where you're coming from with that one. Why, you know, the renewal in the middle of the winter. I can understand that, but I like to do mine now because it gives me forward, ready for spring. Where if I was doing it, I want to be ready for when springtime, when it comes to when it launches. There's not a lot I'm going to launch in January, but I know that I can concentrate on my work because all the planning's already been done. That's just me. I can understand exactly where you're coming from with that, Jan, but that's just me. I like to have it all in place before my work takes over, because you know what I'm like. I'm busy with all different things. I want to try and give myself time, but yeah, I'm going gently with the flow for this month. I'm just taking it steady, and I'm going to be filling in those bits today, especially when my internet goes, which it probably will at some point. I will sit and write that out in my notebook. But there we are, everyone. I've waffled on quite a bit, and I need to go and get a drink for my cough. Take care. Happy New Year to you. I wish you all much success for 2023. I hope it becomes the year that you want. Let's think positive for this year. Let's not be, you know, all the bringer of doom and gloom. Let's think positive with it all. And let's support in this group. Let's help one another, and we can get through this year and make it successful. So Happy New Year to you all. Do share with me images of your vision boards. Share with me, you know, your accountability of what you want to get done this year, what your dreams, what your goals are. Or if you don't want to share it in the group, you can message me privately, but it's nice to be in this group for support. That's why we're here in this group, to support and help one another. But yeah, do share with me your thoughts, what your feelings are for 2023. And I will catch up with you hopefully on a Tuesday, all being well with internet, and I will speak to you next week. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.